Hello, we are back from our whirlwind 2-week trip from Korea to Osaka to Kyoto to Tokyo and all around within Tokyo. It was a lot to take in, and as I've come back and taken videos and pictures off of my phone, it's a lot to edit around. So I wanted to do a couple different parts here. This first one is going to be just gaming stuff that I saw or did at various parts of the trip, and we're going to start right here with Korea. One of the first things I saw as we were exploring our first day around Korea was this giant sign advertising Fantasteel, which I assumed was some mobile game that I'd never heard of, but it turns out is a cross-promotion between game maker Nexon and POSCO, one of Korea's steel industry companies. And they did this CG collaboration to get younger people excited about Korea's steel industry by having Nexon do a CG fantasy vignette and probably advertising campaign to go along with it in the style of one of their current games. So that was a crazy surprise. On our way to a lunch appointment, I spotted this laundromat outside of a hostel. Classic laundromat image of a bunch of laundry machines, a change machine, and an arcade cabinet. Unfortunately, this one wasn't turned on. It looks pretty well worn. I don't know what it was capable of playing, but I assume it's probably one of those 101 emulator cabinets or something. Cool to see. It's sad that it wasn't turned on. Heading around town, we came back to this station a few times. I forget which one exactly it was now. I'm sure there's more than one, with a billboard and a marquee for Fortnite, or Lego Fortnite, which was still relatively new at the time that we were there. That was surprising to see. One thing I'd forgotten we'd run into were internet cafes. I actually didn't see too many signs for them. I think they're tucked back off the streets. They're not on the main streets, at least that we were on. This one I just took a picture of because we saw it walking right up to it in this instance, crossing a street. I thought it was crazy to see it touting its video cards and its refresh rates of its monitors. Didn't get to go in or check out any game stores while we were in Korea, unfortunately. But I did catch this one storefront. One store that we did get to go into was the 12-floor flagship Daiso store in Seoul. It's like a discount store, like Five Below, like a dollar store, Big Lots, kind of equivalent in America. Just a couple sightings. There was some video game themed washi tape. Well, at least it had a fake Game Boy in it. I love that it has 3 heart buttons. And some unexpected Pokemon skincare products that we saw at a few different places. Just a couple video game related product sightings up on those 12 floors. I might be mixed up on things I've seen from Japan also, but I think we have some Diablo 4 noodles somewhere in the United States. This happened to be a set for Korea that I saw in one of the random markets we went into. Another place that we stopped is the Kyobo Book Center, book in quotes, in Gwanghwamun. It is a gigantic, as far as I know, it's only the first floor, but it might be multiple floors. We spent, I think, almost 2 hours in here just on this single floor. It's at the base of this gigantic Kyobo Tower. It says it's a book center, but it's got electronics, it's got stationery stuff, it's got art, like little vinyl figure type stuff. It's got all this kind of stuff that you see on Temu, little miniature DIY kits. It's a gigantic bookstore, huge selection of magazines, a section of foreign books that are, all Western releases. So expats and people living in Korea from other regions apparently come here to pick up books in English or books in French or German. They have one tiny music and DVDs section with an even tinier video game case. I was really surprised by how little gaming stuff there was, and that's what we're seeing right here. I can't believe it myself that that's pretty much all the gaming stuff that I had time to see in Korea. It really took a couple days for my body to adjust to traveling that far, and it was very, very cold. It was in the teens and 20s most of the time we were out walking around, so it zapped a lot of energy that I had for getting to an arcade to play Pump It Up and trying to find like a used game store, used CD store. So anyways, let's hop over to the gaming stuff that we found in Osaka. These were available at pretty much every Family Mart across Japan, but the first one we saw was in Osaka. I knew that this Animal Crossing promo was going on, and I was hopeful I'd be able to try some of it, but unfortunately, all of the tasty-looking treats and drinks have dairy in them, so that was unfortunate. They had a couple of like coffee drinks. There's a really delicious-looking apple tart, some other kind of fluffy bread, baked goods, and then I believe if you bought multiple of them, you'd be able to pick up one of these little sets of like a Happy New Year 2024, like a make your own postcard and sticker sets. But I couldn't get any of it because I couldn't eat it. I didn't want to haul around food to keep unopened for the whole trip. So, one more thing that we saw at pretty much all the convenience stores are these Chipstar potato chips featuring Mario Wonder. I love the little detail that the premium, the slightly more expensive cans feature Superstar Mario. Unfortunately, they also included a milk or a seafood ingredient, so I couldn't buy those, and I kind of didn't want to buy something and then just throw the food out just to have this little can. Although now that I think about it, it would have been a nice storage vehicle for Gashapon. But anyways, I didn't get any of them, so please enjoy the photo. And just a few other random sightings. I didn't see any of the Suntory Dragon Quest Walk drinks, but there was at least one machine that had a sticker on it. There was also a bath bomb that I spotted. I forgot that the bath bombs include little toys inside, so I didn't buy this one, but I probably should have. More Animal Crossing stuff. There are these little packs of gummies that come with a collectible trading card. Can't eat the gummies. Also, can't eat the Pinot ice cream bites, although I still spotted a few boxes of Bomberman-themed ones around. And of course, the Nintendo-approved Super Positive bar. I spotted this banner at a distance and was like, oh, what's this Nintendo store over here? Oh, it's, oh, yes, this is totally legit. Another place that we kind of found by happenstance and didn't have enough time to really spend in was this mall called Big Step. We had spotted the Starbucks on the corner, and after we got out of there, we were like, wait, this looks like a whole mall full of awesome stuff. And sure enough, it is. There's a Gold's Gym, there's a movie theater, there's a whole floor of like a food court at a mall that I don't think we really got to look at. We were there pretty early and a lot of stuff wasn't open yet. And then the next time that we got back here, it was too late and everything was closed. So we only had this one morning at Big Step and only saw a few things. There's also apparently a Bam Bam Game Monster store in there that is just nothing but video game goods. Didn't even get to spot it. I saw this little pop-up storefront version of the Silver Ball, which apparently is an even bigger pinball arcade that is somewhere else in this mall. Never even got a chance to find the full-sized arcade. This was also our first Gashapon Capsule Center experience. This is Gashakoko, which is pretty typical of the ones that we saw. It was just a big open room with rows and rows of Gashapon. We spent a ton of time in there freaking out. I'll do a whole separate video, but I wanted to point out some of the specific video game themed ones that I spotted in this location specifically. I did grab one of these Eco Pac-Man figures, because of course I would, because it's Pac-Man. And it's really clever. The Gashapon ball is the figure. That's the Eco angle on it. So there's no capsule to recycle or to get put out into the world. I thought that was really cool. Did not expect to see Suikoden 2 goods in a capsule center in 2023. I would have gotten one of these for a friend of mine, but it looks like they were just kind of lame, flat keychains. This one isn't from a game, but it kind of capitalizes on the collectathon of gaming. It's very devious. It's the first one of these I saw where the different capsules that you get are the figure and then various pieces of equipment to go with them. So literally a quest to spend your money to get all of the full figure experience. Devious, but tempting still. And there was a Kirby UFO Catcher Crane game. This was the first crane game that I played in Japan, and the only one where I ever won anything. So I'm very happy to have this cute little winking Kerbo. Big Step was also our first experience with a 390 store or a Thank You Mart. It's another American equivalent to Five Below. Just a ton of character goods like Jurassic Park, Sega stuff, Hello Kitty, Sanrio things, stuff with English on it. I was surprised to see a lot of Puyo Puyo goods. I had this big plushy guy that I didn't buy. It had little hair clips, a lot of stuff that this generic kind of vaguely video game-like goods that I wouldn't buy here. But of course, being in Japan and the exchange rate being in our favor, I was like, oh, don't I really need a mirror that looks sort of like a Game Boy that says you're so awesome, which I did buy. And then there was the world-famous Osaka Don Quixote store. This is the one that has the big yellow merry-go-round going up and around the building. It was so crowded, though. I can't imagine if the merry-go-round was open, how much worse it would have been inside. It might have been closed. I think it might have been closed for the day, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was closed for the season for all of the travelers and out-of-towners and stuff. Anyways, this was like a 6 or 8 story discount department store. Everything was insane inside. And there were way more video game things I didn't take pictures of, but here are just a few of the things that floated by my camera. All kinds of Pokemon goods. This was just a huge display of cookies and biscuits and crackers. I gave up looking because all of them have dairy in them, but all terribly cute. More Pokemon stuff. Who doesn't need a Pikachu neck pillow for flying around Japan and coming back home? Collapsible bags, like pencil cases, luggage wrap straps, passport envelopes. Yep, passport cover. So the TSA knows you're a serious fan. Pokeball-shaped things of all kinds and varieties. Shirts, hoodies of various levels of officialness. Not sure if these were legit or not. This little section was kids size, so I didn't really look at them. Lots and lots of pink puffy plushies from Kirby, and I'm sure there were some Pokemon in here somewhere, but also Sanrio stuff, Doraemon's all over the place, plenty of plushies, and all the little vinyl figure blind boxes too, not pictured here. Oh, discount stuff from the Nintendo stores, and actual video games and accessories. This huge section of controllers, a lot of Switch stuff, mostly Switch stuff, some PlayStation stuff, and of course, Xbox was very rarely seen. This was a weird one. Pac-Man themed weight loss gummies. I'm not sure what the difference is. That one's got a burger and pizza and cookies on it. I think this one has donuts on it. Very unexpected cross promo, even for Japan. I did not buy any weight loss gummies. And even in the alcohol section, there is what is this? Cocalero? I don't know booze. South American Herbal Spirit Biohazard Infinite Darkness cross promo. Did not buy, didn't need to down this in the day before we left Osaka. And speaking of leaving Osaka, I think I'm going to make this the end of part 1 here. The Nintendo Store KYOTO video is going to be pretty long, and also the Akihabara video is going to be pretty long. So I think I'm going to combine those parts into a dedicated video. So look for that linked around here somewhere, and we'll check out Nintendo Store KYOTO.